On August 23, 2023, the world held its breath. A small, gold-foiled spacecraft named Vikram, carrying a little rover called Pragyan, was descending towards a place no human or machine had ever been, the Moon's South Pole, a place of permanent shadows and frozen secrets. And then, touchdown. India had done it. Chandrayaan-3 was a flawless success. Welcome back to the Science Bunker. I'm Sam. Today, we're not just celebrating an achievement, we're reverse engineering a miracle. How did India's ISRO pull this off? What makes this landing so special? And what are we discovering in that dusty, shadowy wasteland? Strap in, because for the next 20 minutes, we're going deep on the science, engineering, and sheer drama of the Chandrayaan-3 mission. On August 23, 2023, the world held its breath. A small, gold-foiled spacecraft named Vikram, carrying a little rover called Pragyan, was descending towards a place no human or machine had ever been, the Moon's South Pole, a place of permanent shadows and frozen secrets. And then, touchdown. India had done it. Chandrayaan-3 was a flawless success. Let's start with the big question. Why here? Why is everyone, India, NASA's Artemis program, China, Russia, racing to the lunar South Pole? It's not for the scenery, it's for the water, but not liquid water. We're talking about water ice, lurking in permanently shadowed regions, or PSRs. These are deep craters, like Shackleton and Faustini, where sunlight hasn't reached for billions of years. Temperatures there can dip below 200 degrees C, acting as a cosmic deep freeze. Over eons, water ice, possibly delivered by comets, has accumulated in these cold traps. This ice is a game changer. First, it's a potential resource for future human colonies. Water can be drunk, split into oxygen for breathing, and hydrogen for rocket fuel. The Moon could become a cosmic gas station. Second, this ice is a frozen history book. It could preserve a record of the early solar system's bombardment, telling us where Earth's water came from. But landing here is brutally hard. The terrain is rocky, full of craters, and the lighting is extreme with long, confusing shadows. It's the Moon's hardest driving test. Which brings us to our hero, the Chandrayaan-3 system. Chandrayaan-3 wasn't one spacecraft, but a team of three. 1. The Propulsion Module, PM. Think of this as the interplanetary taxi. Its job was to carry the lander and rover from Earth orbit to lunar orbit. It had a critical scientific instrument, SHAPE, to study Earth's atmosphere from the Moon, a unique experiment. 2. The Vikram lander, named after Vikram Sarabhai. This is the star. Its mission, a soft, controlled landing. It packed new, upgraded features after Chandrayaan-2's hard landing. Stronger legs, more robust sensors, and most importantly, more fuel and a larger landing zone. It had engines that could throttle, meaning it could control its descent power with exquisite precision. 3. The Pragyan rover, meaning wisdom, the six-wheeled explorer. Solar-powered, it had to work within 1 lunar day, 14 Earth days. Its job? Get up close and personal with the lunar soil. The journey took over 40 days. Unlike a direct shot, ISRO used a fuel-efficient, elliptical orbit-raising method. Multiple engine burns slowly raised Chandrayaan-3's orbit around Earth until the Moon's gravity captured it. This saves fuel but requires incredible patience and precision. But the real drama was the final 15 minutes on August 23rd. Let's break down the landing. Rough braking phase. Vikram flips from horizontal to vertical and fires its main engines. It needs to kill almost all of its horizontal velocity, from 1.7 km/s to nearly 0. Attitude. Hold phase. It pauses for about 10 seconds to scan the landing site with its cameras and hazard avoidance system. It's looking for the flattest, safest spot. Fine braking phase, the most delicate part. Hovering about 150 meters above the surface, it makes its final choice and descends slowly. Terminal descent. Engines cut off about 2 meters above the ground. Vikram freefalls the last bit, landing on its rugged legs designed to absorb the shock.
Sam, and that moment, that collective exhale from a nation of 1.4 billion people, was the sound of India becoming the 4th country to soft land on the moon and the first to ever land at the South Pole. ISRO announcer, touchdown confirmed.
The celebration was just the beginning. The science started immediately. Vikram's instruments. CHAST, Chandra's Surface Thermophysical Experiment. A temperature probe, it plunged into the lunar soil, and it made a shocking discovery. Just 8 centimeters below the surface, the temperature was 50 degrees Celsius cooler than on the surface. This confirms the moon's topsoil is a fantastic insulator, critical for future habitat planning. ILSA, Instrument for Lunar Seismic Activity. It listened for moonquakes and even detected the vibrations of the Pragyan rover moving around. RAMPA LP measured the very thin lunar plasma environment. Pragyan's Adventures. LIBS, Laser-Induced Breakdown Spectroscope. It zapped rocks with a laser and analyzed the vapor to find their chemical makeup. It made a historic confirmation, unambiguously detecting sulfur at the South Pole, along with other elements like aluminum, calcium, iron, and oxygen. Sulfur is a key clue for understanding the moon's volcanic past and could be a useful resource. And in a final brilliant move, ISRO did a hop experiment. Just before lunar nightfall, they fired Vikram's engines for a brief burst, lifting it about 40 centimeters and landing it slightly to the side. This proved that future missions could potentially use the same lander for multiple sample return trips. Genius. So, what does Chandrayaan-3's success truly mean? It's a masterclass in failure-based design. ISRO learned from the Chandrayaan-2 setback, iterated, improved, and executed perfectly. It proved that high-precision, low-cost space exploration is possible. It's opened the door to the moon's most valuable real estate. The data from Vikram and Pragyan is a treasure trove for scientists worldwide and is paving the way for the next giant leap, humanity's return to the moon. Chandrayaan-3 wasn't just an Indian mission, it was a human mission. It expanded our knowledge, proved new technologies, and inspired a new generation to look up at the moon and see not just a destination, but a future. What do you think the next big lunar discovery will be? And which country or company do you think will land humans at the South Pole first? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to dive deeper into how moon landings actually work, check out our video on the Apollo guidance computer right here. And if you love this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe to the Science Bunker, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next journey into the cosmos. Thanks for watching, and remember, the greatest science is always ahead of us. See you in the next one.